AITA for telling my girlfriend that we cannot afford for me to be her sugar daddy? My M27 girlfriend, 23, is absolutely beautiful, and most of her friends are also physically attractive women as well. And they like to party with rich men they meet. My girlfriend and I have been together for a couple of years. I make a decent living, but I'm not NBA rich. I don't have a trust fund. I'm not an tech millionaire. I just make a very good salary and bonuses. Enough to have paid off a good portion of my house and to have graduated without debt. I want to retire young enough to enjoy my life, so I invest and save most of my money. Not all. I'm still enjoying my life now. I am taking us to an all-inclusive in Jamaica for New Year's. But she is jealous of her friends. They get lavish gifts and they go out for dinner all the time. She loves me and we have plans for the future, but she keeps bringing up all the things her friends get from their make admirers. I finally snapped and said that I could not afford to be a sugar daddy. She said her friends aren't like that. So I pointed out that they literally do not make enough money to support the lifestyles they have. I pointed out that one of them drives a $100,000 Lexus and she works part-time at restaurant as a hostess. She says that I'm calling her friends sex workers, which I would not do, and judging them. So I asked her to explain how her friends afford dinner out at very expensive restaurants while earning minimum wage in some cases. So now she thinks I'm an asshole for making what I feel are apt observations. She asked if I consider her that way because I pay for everything and earn 6x what she does. I told her no, that I'm proud to have a teacher for a girlfriend. But she is still sulking. You have two choices. Sit down with her and have an adult conversation that although she may be jealous of all the gifts her friends get, you cannot get her all those same things. If you're paying for most of the luxuries, bills, whatever, you get a big say on what luxuries are enjoyed. Or you can end the relationship. She sounds a bit immature. NTA, but if she is all about appearances and having nicer things, please know she will ditch you when the person who can afford those things comes along. NTA, I think you may have reacted a bit more on this issue because it is grating on you that you aren't sure what her real priorities are. You make a fine living and have a vision of the future when it comes to money. Your girlfriend seems focused on luxury items that aren't just out of your budget, but not something you are interested in. You want a partner, and her being jealous in this area makes you doubt she is a real partner. And probably what her motives are with you. I saw in the comments that she is a teacher and has paid for things before, albeit on the smaller side, but that is a good sign. I out-earn my partner significantly, so pay for the bulk of our dates, adventures. But he pays when he can and I appreciate that. On the other hand, she seems obsessed with the lifestyle of her friends and completely oblivious as to how they facilitate that lifestyle. You can point out how they get those items without judging them for it. More importantly, she keeps pointing out all that they have. And you and she both know it comes from men. So by pointing it out, it does make it seem like she is expecting you to produce this stuff for her too. I'd absolutely point that out and make it an issue with my partner if he did that to me repeatedly. She is now turning it back on you to escape you calling her out for it. If I tell my partner once a week, OX's boyfriend is always taking her on dates, I'm so jealous, I can't feign shock when he is like, oh, you expect me to do that for you? That's so passive-aggressive. And you called it out and shouldn't feel bad for it. Now, you two do need to have an adult conversations about financial expectations if your relationship is going to progress. Sugaring is sex work and there is absolutely nothing wrong with referring it to such, long as it isn't derogatory. Also pointing about that you can't afford to spend your money lavishly is not an asshole move, NTA. NTA, but she is truly hinting at this left and right. She clearly wants expensive material items being handed to her like her friends. You are right in that she is jealous. If it continues, you might consider asking her what she wants more of in life. A stable relationship with longevity, or the expensive token with nothing else to show for it. NTA, but she def is the ta. If she loved you or even liked you, she'd be more appreciative. You are an adult and you already know whether you want to be taken for granted. It's your decision at the end of day because it's your life. And you'll be the one living like this. You know, make your bed and sleep in it. NTA. Your observations are very on point. Just out of curiosity, have you ever tried asking her to split a bill and see how she reacts? That may reveal what her true character is. NTA. She's young and foolish. She's equating material things with someone caring about her. Her friends might not be sex workers, but they are definitely trading something that requires no effort for getting boons in life. They are what the nice guys and incels always complain about, and they are who give the rest of us a bad name. I have no sympathy for them at all. Their looks will fade, and if they don't have an education or career, their 100K Lexus a sugar daddy present days will be a thing of the past. Your GF needs to grow up. There's nothing to be jealous of. If she wants expensive things, she needs to shuck her little buns and work for them. NTA. Start buying a bunch of candy to feed her. You'll still be a sugar daddy, just not in the way that one would normally be. NTA. I believe your ramblings about the physical qualities of your girlfriend and the extravagant gifts lead to all the AITA and YTA votes. You should approach topics like sex and finances with more tact, especially when you are trying to find middle ground with your partner. You have pointed out an inconvenient truth to your girlfriend without tact, but people usually don't snap without reason. You skipped the details pre-snap, but I assume you calmly explained your financial situation when this first came up. If all of the things you said are true, sure, your girlfriend's friends are sugar babies. Their relationships clearly are based on financial transactions, especially if they don't have a problem with dating married men. Now your girlfriend is somehow equating your view on their relationship to your own relationship. Based on your post, your spending patterns are more a reflection of your professions. It doesn't sound like your relationship is based on financial transactions. I understand you grouped up your girlfriend and her friends as physically attractive to illustrate that sugar daddy types of people would go after them. This understandably weirded out all the AITA and YTA voters because people usually don't choose their friends based on physical appearance. Friendships are based on shared things like hobbies or life goals. Here is the sad truth, my friend. You are the average of your friends. Having low income is fine, but why are all her friends sugar babies? My mom was a teacher and most of her friends were also teachers. What does your girlfriend have in common with a part-time waitress who drives a 100K car and dates married men? In all likelihood, she's more like her friends than you expect. With only the information on your post, I would advise you to cut your losses and break up with her. 2 years might look like a lot of investment in the relationship to you now, but people divorce longtime spouses and go on to build a better life all the time. If you think your relationship is salvageable, the friends need to go. You sound like you want to build a future where you have financial freedom. That's not gonna happen with the deadweight pulling you down. How are you going to accumulate wealth when her friends are pushing her to spend big bucks on extravagances? This is a relationship-ending type of difference you need solve before you can move forward. Best of luck, crossed fingers. She doesn't understand the difference between a relationship like the one you two have and a relationship like the one her friends have with their rich friends. I am sure if you had that kind of money, you would give her more expensive gifts because she is your girlfriend. NTA. If she wants that type of gifts, she needs a richer man. InTA as a women her friends are sugar babies lol. I'm a 22F if that makes me more or less of a valid source. What she's asking seems completely inappropriate. I would have a discussion about expectations. If it were me, I would feel undervalued given a sugar daddy doesn't provide what a real relationship does. Also, given if she wanted to be rich, she should have picked a career with a higher salary cap. Maybe have her look at what type of budget she could afford to have on just her own salary, what kind of budget her friends would have to have without the men. May help her see where you're coming from. You stated we have plans for the future. Well, I hope your plans include listening to her complain about her lack of expensive things. Also, if those future plans include children, your plans better include listening to your GF and your future kids complain about their lack of expensive things. It sounds as if she is focused more on the halves of the relationship and not the feels of the relationship. I wish you the best, but this behavior won't get better, and the more you spend a little more to make it better, the more she will want you to spend. NTA, but possibly could have worded it better. The correct answer was you were calling her friends sex workers and you're not judging them for their sex work. NTA. NTA, but dude, do you really want to listen to her bitch and moan about all the things her sugar baby friends get for the rest of your life? She's going to always compare you to their situations. She's just as much a gold digger as they are. The Lexus situation you brought up is the perfect example. She wants what they get. You can't afford, and neither can she sustain it. Ditch her and get yourself a woman that isn't in it for monetary gifts. NTA, next time she complains about not getting some expensive gift, tell her to ask one of her friends' rich men to pay for it then. NTA, there are none so blind as those who refuse to see. Your girlfriend has eyesight problems. You, on the other hand, appear to see things quite clearly. I suggest taking a closer look at your relationship and what your future with her may look like. Best of luck. NTA. But they technically are sex workers. Getting all that expensive stuff ain't comes for free. And if no intimacy is involved, then wow, these men are something else. NTA, but I would bet the house she's going to dump you for a guy with more money. You can tell me until you're blue in the face that you're in love. She's different than her friends, or whatever reason you tell yourself. But at some point her friends are going to plant that seed about how much better life is. I promise that seed has already been planted, and that's why she's bringing it up more now. Also, you calling her friends sex workers, sugar babies, whatever, whether right or wrong, is all the ammo her friends need to convince her to leave you. NTA, but she is beginning to show her true colors. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. This does not end well.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.